Hello, I'm Karen Elgersma at Hoyne Beer, getting ready to celebrate Oktoberfest, and you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV. On today's show, we find out the history of the breakwater and how one community dinner is changing lives and how a bakery is dialing down the sugar but turning up the temptation. All that and more on Go Island.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us on Go Island. We are celebrating October today. And the best way to celebrate October? Oktoberfest. And when you think of Oktoberfest, you think of accordion music, you think of beer. You think of beer. I mean, let's face it.
Pretty much.
It's pretty much what you think of when you think of Oktoberfest. We're here with Sean Hoyne. I think you're probably one of the best craft beer makers, I would say, in British Columbia, and I would go so far as to say maybe one of the best in our country. That's my bias, but that's what I think. I'm just saying. I really do. I mean, you were really a veteran in this industry. How many years ago?
You're calling me old.
I'm calling you really skilled. So you were 9 years old when you started brewing beer now. But how many years have you been a craft beer maker in Victoria now?
Since 1989.
Unbelievable. And you started at Swans, is that right?
Yeah.
And then you moved to Canoe.
That's right.
And then?
Now myself and my lovely wife, own the Hoyne Brewing Company.
Which is just, I'm telling you, I'm so in love with this Pilsner that it's illegal. It's just fantastic. One of the things that has been so fun when you opened 2 years ago, and we came by to visit you, and now I see Hoyne everywhere. And I not just see the Hoyne craft beer, but I see you at community events. And it's so great that Hoyne is a huge part of Oktoberfest, which is going to be this Saturday night at Oaklands Community Center. What made you decide to be a sponsor of Oktoberfest at Oaklands Community Center?
Well, we love the whole Oaklands Community Center. We took part in their summer-long, I guess it's a farmer's market,
yes,
if you will, summer-long farmer's market, and it was fabulous. There's such a great group of people, and the evenings all summer long were great. It was a perfect place for people to bring their families, listen to some music, get some great food, and try some beer.
Tell me about the vision behind the Pilsner.
Well, our Pilsner is really, it represents a return to the way Pilsners have been made for a long time, particularly in Eastern Europe. We have gone to the trouble of getting many of our ingredients from Germany and from Eastern Europe for that beer. We use some hops from the Czech Republic, and we use two other types of hops from Germany. The yeast strain that I use comes from a brewery in the Czech Republic, and some of the malts come from that area of the world too. And so what we're trying to do with this Pilsner is to bring back the great name that Pilsners have had for a long time. In an effort to do so, we've built a beer that has some flavor to it. And it isn't a mainstream style of Pilsner, it's an Eastern European style.
We are going to talk about another new Hoyne beer, Off the Grid Red Lager, which really celebrates that German style of making beer in just a moment. But first, we're going to head to the breakwater. Now, we all enjoy walking out onto the breakwater. It's one of those really fabulous things to do in Victoria, especially on a stormy October day. But do you know the history behind why it was created in the first place? Well, John Adams has some very cool tidbits for you. Of course, the breakwater has the new fancy railings now. It is such a great place to storm watch in October, right here on Vancouver Island. And another great thing to do in October, Oktoberfest. And we're here with brewmaster, beer magician Sean Hoyne, talking about Oktoberfest, which will be at the Oaklands Community Center this weekend. One of the things you can do when you go to the beer fest is try some local craft beers that really celebrate the German and the European style of making beer. Tell me about this one, Off the Grid.
Off the Grid Red Lager is our latest addition to the Hoyne lineup. And it is, as you can see, it's an amber colored lager.
It's beautiful.
And it's malt centered. It's a nice malty Vienna style lager.
Now, I know that you are a Canadian beer maker, but what is about Germany and beer and Oktoberfest and German beer. What is it? Why are they just such a huge, big part of German culture?
Well, really, it goes back to history. They've been doing this for a long time. The Oktoberfest festivities started as something of a love story. It was Prince Ludwig married his bride Therese on in the gardens out front the gate of Munich, and put on a huge celebration in 1810. And it's been going strong ever since. It's a 16 or a 17-day festival that happens every year, and it's centered around great beer, centered around great German food as well.
You will have a chance to try these beers at the Oktoberfest this weekend. We are going to meet the musician who's going to be one of the stars of the show in just a moment. And don't forget, you can celebrate October and really all 12 months a year with Hoyne beer, because it is available all over Victoria, just saying. But first, we have a very special story for you. A group of people come together every weekend to put on a community dinner, and they volunteer their time, their love, their resources to help those in need. Meg Cuthbert has that story. Thanks for that story, Meg. Now, from chatting to Sean Hoyne at Hoyne Beer about Oktoberfest to being in the accordion room at Tempo Trend, we are celebrating community coming together to put on a very tasty, a very fun, and a very festive Oktoberfest. Ben, tell us why Oaklands decided to be a part of this and put this on.
Sure, thanks, Karen. So Oaklands has been out at our summer markets all summer long, asking the community what sort of events they want to see in our neighborhood. And we're really excited to put on Oktoberfest this Saturday. It's going to be a great event where we support local farmers, local food, and economic development, and put on an event that everyone can come and enjoy.
Now, of course, the highlight is the food, the beverage, and the accordion music, which I love. Tell us about the music that people will experience when they come to Oktoberfest.
Sure. So some people might not know that we do have a world-class accordion player here in Victoria, and he'll be entertaining the event and everyone that's there on Saturday. We're really excited. It'll go very well with the bratwurst.
We are going to give you all the details about how you can get tickets. Of course, you can just go to their website and find the deets right there. We have to take a very, very short break. But please stay with us, because when we come back, accordion music, great stories, and of course, more right here on Go Island. Welcome back to Go Island. We are at Tempo Trend Music, where the accordion is king and queen, and really royalty, because we are celebrating Oktoberfest! Yay! Tell us a little bit about where it is, when it is, and how people can get tickets.
Excellent, excellent. It's this Saturday, October 5th, 4 to 9 at Oaklands Community Center. They can get tickets by calling 250-370-9101 or visit our website, www.oaklandscommunitycenter.com.
Of course, there'll be food, music, community, and a fantastic excuse to celebrate the month of October. Now, if you have a sweet tooth and you're craving a nice piece of cake, but you want to kind of dial down the sugar, there is a new bakery on the West Shore that is big on flavor but low on calories. James Green has that story. Thanks for that story, James Green. We are at Tempo Trend Music. Why? Because we are getting all ready, all pumped for Oktoberfest, which is this weekend. And who's the king? The accordion. The accordion is king. But don't forget, when you go to bring your camera, there's lots of photo ops, but mostly there's lots of fun. Lots of amazing accordion music. We have to take a quick break, but stay with us. When we come back, we have an amazing story where one of our staff finds out what it's like to work at the Pacific Rim, Fairmont. You got to get tickets for Oktoberfest. You can get them at Hoyne. You can get them at Tempo Trend Music. You can get them online, get them at the door. Whatever you do, get them, because you have to check it out. It's going to be one of those events that helps you make it the best October ever. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Men's Wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.